Yo, it's Ty Rich from Bite Podcast. I'm with my man Mike from the Untouchable Outback Kennel. What's good, Mike?
What's happening? What's happening?
Yeah, man. Finally got you on the podcast, man. I'm glad I linked with
Yeah, we
you.
finally made it happen.
Yeah, linked with you. I think I reached out to you like the end of the new year. You said get back with you beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, we here, man. We here. I done talked to you on a couple different occasions, man. I know you've been doing your thing for a minute. Let the people know where your camp based out of.
Culpeper, Virginia.
VA, man.
Yeah,
You
out of
know.
VA. We got a couple kennel partners all over. Florida, Texas, Cali.
Right, right,
Yeah, the team getting strong, real strong.
right. How long you been breeding?
Breeding Frenchies or breeding in general. I've been breeding dogs over 20 some years.
Dang. See?
Frenchies probably about the last 6 years.
Said 20 years, man. What you started out breeding?
Man, pit bulls. Probably what
Okay.
everybody started off breeding.
Right, right. Them game dogs.
Of course.
So from that, did you go like the bullies and then Frenchies, or was it
I
other
went
breeds
I
in
went from
between?
I went from the pits. I went to the bullies. Then I went UKC show pits. Then I went from there to pressers. Then I went to cane corsos and baubles. Then I went to English bulldogs. Then Frenchies.
Sheesh, the whole spectrum.
Yeah.
So from the
If
from
it
the
was
big
hot, I had it.
dogs, right? Say if it was hot, you had it.
Yeah, if it was hot, I had it.
All right. So you said everything from the pressers to the bulls.
Pit baubles, cane corsos. I even had Chinese Tibetan masters. Well,
Yeah, I think I seen
chow
that,
chow.
man.
Yeah, I didn't had damn near everything. Hunting
Dang.
dogs as a kid, beagles, hounds.
That's what's up. What made you start messing with the Frenchies?
Man, I just liked them, and I just had to get involved.
Right, right. So you said that been what messing with the Frenchies for 6 years. So you came in way before the hype.
Yeah, 6 years.
Way before the hype.
Yeah, way before the hype.
Um, what inspired you to start breeding? Not even just the Frenchies, but like you said, you've been breeding for like 20 years. What made what like it's just something
Man,
like with your
I
pops
just,
doing it or
I just
people around the
always,
neighborhood?
just always liked dogs. Yeah, just always liked dogs. And of course, older cousins, uncles had dogs. Just always liked dogs.
Right, and that's what kicked it off.
Yeah, that's what kicked it off.
Right. Well, if you could think of like your first dog that you got, you remember the first dog that you got?
The very first dog. My first. Now I can't remember my first dog, but
First,
like
first,
maybe say
first
my
dog that
first
you
stud dog.
started breeding. Yeah, first stud.
Probably the first dog I really started breeding was probably this dog named Chewy, Champion Chewy.
Mm.
He was a
So he,
UKC show pit.
did he
Yeah,
put on for you?
title. Oh yeah. He did his thing for me. Got me into the whole really breeding and going to shows in that aspect.
Okay, okay. Um, do you feel like this breeding dog thing is a hobby, a business, or a hustle?
To me, it's a business and a hustle. I do the dogs full time, so this is my job.
Right, right.
And you gotta have to make it work. You definitely hustle to you.
Absolutely. So for doing it full time, how long have you been doing it full time?
Probably I say 3 years.
Okay. And what let you know like okay, it's time for you to go like on what made it comfortable for you to be like, I don't need a job. I can do this like full time. When did you know that I could do this full time?
And when I just started seeing certain type of numbers off puppies, it was like, did not else make sense.
Right. Okay. Okay. I know you got a lot of studs over there right now. What stud putting on for the yard right now?
Man, I can't say which one's putting on for the yard. I got 3 up and comers that's going to be hot. They getting a lot of attention. I got a lot of lock-ins. Like I got one boy Chewbacca right now, 7 months. I got 4 people lined up to breed to him now. I'm just hoping he's gonna be able to do it by being that young. But I say a stud really put me in the game was my boy Chase the Money, my first Isabella boy.
Right. And I remember being on the phone with you before, and you said, correct me if I'm wrong. You've traveled everywhere for these dogs, like
Everywhere. I've
overseas
been
and
I've been
everything.
to, I've been to Europe, Cali, Texas, Miami. I usually travel. We usually travel at least once a month, going somewhere involving dogs. You got to get
Right.
out there to see what everybody else got. You can't base your dogs on what you see locally.
Right. Right. Um, you said the Isabella boy, the one who really jump started the Frenchie movement for you.
Yeah,
Has
he
he
yeah he really yeah he really got.
have you produced like a memorable litter off of him, like in house?
Oh, not really. With the Frenchies, like they just the styles just changed. Hard to keep. It's not like other dogs. You trying to perfect certain bloodlines and stuff like that. Well, for me anyway.
Right.
But I
Right.
I produced some nice boys off of them. Yeah,
Is it a difference? Do you notice a difference from breeding Frenchies than all the other breeds that you named? Is it a difference?
absolutely, complete different. It's nothing like any other dog for me.
Uh,
I'm just talking about for
okay.
me.
What would
When I
you
did the
say would
UK,
be the difference?
it was more like because it's always the new styles and trends coming out with them.
Right. Yeah, that be making me feel like sometimes the French Bulldog thing is real trendy, and it seems like it's super, like it's always different
Yeah, it is. I
every
mean,
time you
it's,
turn
it's
around.
that's all it is. It's just whatever's hot. Like I might sell a guy, I might co-own a dog with somebody. They be like, man, well, what we gonna breed it to? I want to know now. I'm like, bro, we don't know what we gonna do 10, 11 months from now. We don't know where we gonna go. 11 months, a year when she hit a year old, that's when we need to start thinking about what direction we're gonna go with it.
Correct. Correct. Um, I know this is always a big question in the dog game. Color or structure? Which one you going with first?
Color. If it to me, I argue with people about this all the time. If it ain't built right, why we gonna breed to it? So why is structure even in the conversation?
Right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
feel
if we
like
showing AKC, then we gonna fix flaws, but we not. And structure is a matter of opinion.
right.
I could show 10
Right.
dogs to 10 different people, and we will all have our own opinion of the dog. Most of us might agree on a certain style of dog, but structure to me is a matter of opinion, unless we showing AKC and going by the standards.
Right. Right. Got a point. That's a good point.
Yeah,
If you could make the perfect dog, what would that look like? Which we all know it's not a perfect dog, but if you could make a perfect dog, what would that look like?
right now for me, a perfect dog,
Yeah.
a new shade chocolate merle big rope, built thick, say under 25 pounds.
And you said chocolate, so that ain't even rojo. Chocolate is
New shade chocolate Merle,
right.
big rope, full fluffy. That right now to me is a perfect fucking dog.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be a monster.
Yeah,
How do you feel about the state of the dog game right now?
It's going good. It's definitely evolving. You know, a lot of people like I never would do nothing like this 2 years ago, but you got to do it. It's all about promoting and getting yourself out there. And I think that's kind of what like messed the game up a little bit. Too many people thought it was gonna be easy. Just throw two dogs together and you're gonna get a certain amount per puppy. And that ain't the case.
Right. Yeah. I feel like with that pandemic, man, everybody had a lot of free money. People was buying
Oh
dogs.
yeah, yeah. It was that pandemic was crazy. Like I said, it was unreal. Like you was selling anything for anything. Like I
Right.
sold more puppies for other kennels than my own puppies.
Wow. Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, man.
that was unreal. Like everybody was home. Like you said, it was a lot of money going around. So you can't base your kennels and stuff off of during that time.
Right. Yeah, that
So
absolutely.
basically now the game is like before then. You know what I'm saying? Back then everything was just flying. Now you got to put a little work in to sell it and show why they should buy from you and why they should don't be a part of your your program.
Right. As far as correcting it. Exactly. Um, do you have any litters on the ground now?
Yeah, I always keep at least two. I got a lot of I got right now I got some fluffy Isabella carriers, like every color, chocolates, lilac and tans, lilac fawns, new shade Isabellas
Right.
carrying fluffy.
Okay. And we had talked about like the different variations that's going around right now. Um, what you think about like some of the different variations? I know they got hairless, they got the big roast, they got
Hey
you got
man,
a
I
hairless, you
love
got a
it, man.
hairless, right?
Nah, I don't got a hairless, but I got trust me, it's one on the way.
Okay,
It's one
okay.
on the way.
I
All the
thought I seen
different
you post one.
variations, I love it, man, because a lot of people say they don't like it. In 2 years from now, they'll have it. When Fluffy's been out. When Fluffy's first got hot, I didn't like it, so it took me a long time to get it. Then I started liking them once they start, building them more of my style. I mean, I love that they keep coming out with it. It's gonna keep it going.
Right, right. Some people stick to that, like to stick to that regular structure stuff too. But I be feeling like
Man, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, they might be
I
getting a certain amount of money for their dog, but when you sell a certain dog for a certain amount of money, just because of what it is, it's a different feeling and a different ball game. I don't care what nobody say.
right. It make you look at the dog totally different.
It's totally different. Totally different. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I don't think I could breed just standard Frenchies and not have a job. Put it like that.
right. How long did it take um for you to get where you at in the Frenchie game? Like, would you say you started
Years,
popping like
bro.
a
Years,
okay,
man. It took a long time, man. It took a lot of, I mean, really, it's about just learning stuff like that. Making
right,
mistakes, not knowing how to do this, not knowing how to do that. And like with the Frenchies, like, people can say what they want. You need certain DNAs to match up to be able to make a certain amount of money off the litters. You got to know what to breed in, what to breed out. So that's what
right.
took me a long time to get it going, just learning.
Larry, let's touch on that DNA thing. How important is that DNA thing? Like, I
To
know it's a
me,
lot of up and I didn't mean to
and
cut
to
you
me,
off.
it's very important. Yeah, to me, it's very important.
Yeah, I see a lot of up and comers that really don't know about DNA or don't want to pay that extra money, and I feel like sometimes they be setting them back.
See that, I mean, and that's what they not understanding. That's what I'm saying with taking a long time to get to where you gotta learn how important that is. You can just go buy, say, a certain color dog and say, hey man, I just want to breed it and breed it to another dog that's built good that you like it. But what's gonna separate those puppies from the million others in the world? You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? That's what I'm saying. Certain colors is what brings in the money. And then, you know, pet home buyers and breeder buyers is two different types of money too.
Correct. Do you sell more to breeders or more to pet homes?
Breeders.
Breeders. It seems like that's where the top dollar is at. When you want that
Yeah,
big
yeah,
money, the breeders.
because they understand the value. And a pet home is like that. Why am I going to pay 10,000 for a Frenchie? A breeder knows what that's going to create. They know if it carries this, and that. I might can go that direction with it. Then I might go that direction with it later, and I'm gonna still be in the game. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Do you think the game will ever go back to like um and I ain't gonna I'm not saying that it's not here, but back in the day, it seemed like it was more like on bloodline. Like this is my bloodline. I know we got
I don't
Grinchy.
see I don't see I with the Frenchies. I don't know, man, because like I said, it's moving so fast. Like people be like, well, what bloodline do you use? With bully, when I did bullies or cane courses or pressos, I could break down my whole family tree of bloodline. Where Frenchies is not really my style anyway. It's not really bred based off bloodlines.
Right. Yeah, so that make a lot of
Now
sense.
you got certain Frenchie line of Frenchies that are bred like Seuss blood Frenchies or different ones. They're bred off bloodline. They have their own crowd. That's not the style that I run with.
Right. 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 Um, what I was gonna say. What else do we got? You said that you feel like the game is kind of like the state of the game. You feel like it's correcting itself now after the pandemic.
Yeah,
Dog shows. How you feel about dog shows?
man, it's always good to network and see what's out there. Always good to go to them. I try to go to them all over. I even try to hit some of the locals. Yeah, it's always good to go to dog shows. I'll go to dog shows and don't take no dog. It's just go see different style of dogs, talk to people, meet people.
Right. Right. Have you ever
It's a whole lot easier to deal with. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. What you were saying? It's
Yeah,
a
I
whole
said it's
lot
a whole
easier.
lot easier to deal with certain breeders when they got a name with the face. Y'all done met and talked, shook hands. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Have you ever put any of your dogs in a show?
Yeah, I used to back in the day. I used to show nothing but UKC pits. I had a couple of champions, grand champions, but with the Frenchies, no, my dogs ain't. They not show dogs.
Right.
Fun show dogs.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, we
Like
go to
fun. Yeah,
fun shows.
the fun show
Yeah,
joints.
yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
yeah. I go to a fun show and play with it.
Okay. Okay. Um, if you had to tell an up and comer, give us some advice to an up and comer, what would that be, man? To a breeder, male or female, it don't matter.
Up and coming breeder, man. Do your homework. I mean, try to figure out what you want to do, and that DNA is important. Structure is definitely important. Like I said, I'm not gonna breed to a dog if it's ugly, but that DNA is important because that can set you back or put you ahead.
Right.
Just
Right.
and just because it's a deal, don't make it a deal. I understand,
Whew.
you got a lot of good breeders that got a lower price, but do your homework on it. Do your research on it, because you can jump out there fast, cheap, and end up losing a lot of money.
Right. This a little bit off of the questions that I had sent to you. Um, which French bulldog color right now is the most expensive?
For me, new shade chocolate.
Right. And why is that just like a rare color?
Nah, it's not real rare. That's just the most we spent on a dog. On
Right.
new shade chocolate.
Now the Isabella, that's missing what is Rojo? Rojo is like I know Spanish for red.
Rojo
So
is
that
chocolate. Rojo, yeah,
so
Rojo is the chocolate version of Isabella. It's two little
okay.
bees.
Right. So the Isabella is missing the two little bees, right?
No, Isabella's two little bees, two little D's.
So the Rojo don't have the D's at all.
I think it's Big D, Little D.
Right.
It's just the chocolate
'Cause
version of the Isabella.
okay.
It's
Okay.
only the one copy of blue. New shade is the
Right.
two copies of blue. The Rojo, I think, is one.
Right. Because I was listening to somebody and I thought I heard them saying they get to the Isabellas that we normally see. They kind of had skipped that process that made the Rojo, and I felt like that's what made the Rojo more uh exclusive because they saying it was had skipped that process. I think.
Yeah, nah, you gotta have the Isabella, the full Isabella.
Right. Um, with the fluffies, do you focus more on fluffies now? Is like majority of your camp like carrying either the fluffy DNA or are they visual fluffy?
No, we bringing in fluffy slowly. Like, we done made a commitment too fast, and it ain't like my style of dog. But no, we focusing more on now having basically all our females carrying Isabella and Fluffy.
Right.
Then you know what I'm saying. I can go any way with it. If I'm gonna go big rope full, I can just go to a big rope that carries what I needed to carry.
Right. I feel like sometimes breeders like pick one of the two, either the stud game or the puppies. Which one do you think is more
Stud game, stud game,
stud
stud game,
stud game?
stud game. Yeah, if you get a
Why,
couple hot
why you say that?
studs, it's because, man, you got to think raising puppies, dog, buying a female, a quality female, you spending a certain amount. Going to a nice stud, you spending a certain amount. I go do I don't do the in-house progesterone. So going back and forth to the vet, like for a female, man, it's a lot put into a breed. For me, we spend a lot into a breeding to hope it works out. You know what I'm saying? When the stud, once you buy him to breed a dog, it takes me 10 minutes, boom, boom, and it's over with. The stud game is what really put me in the game.
Mm, dang. What the stud game? Trying to figure out what makes a good stud?
Its owner.
The hell with the dog.
Hey, man, I say a good stud, certain DNA, certain structure.
Right.
That
Do you
makes
feel
a good stud.
so when you said the owner, do you feel are you basically saying like the marketing,
Yeah, of course,
how they
all day long.
how they
Yeah,
how they market?
yeah. And how they market it.
Right.
Like you'll see rappers on TV with like the ugliest dog in the world. I guarantee you they studying that dog out.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. That's
You know
crazy.
what I'm saying?
Look, that's
I
funny because
guarantee you they get work.
I thought about that this morning. Um does celebrity make a camp credible? Like because
Dog,
certain people,
Frenchies is taken over by the celebrities, dog. It's a celebrity game, man. It's who you are. That's all it is to it. So that's why I said we can argue structure all day, and I can show you studs that's making 6 figures a month, and you be like, man, no way. Man, it's who own it. There's so many different styles of dogs, like, and everybody likes certain styles of dog. Like, you can't even make fun of somebody's dog no more. Somebody gonna like it.
absolutely. Absolutely. How many dogs you got in your camp right now?
At this kennel, I got probably 22. I got a couple in 2 other kennels, probably another 5 in each. Then I got 9 puppies right now.
How do you deal with all that? Do you got like help? You got other like
Yeah, I got staff. Yeah, I got kennel staff. Yeah, I got kennel staff.
yeah. That's big time. That's major right there.
I
Kennel staff.
don't whelp my own litters. Huh?
I
Yeah, I
said
got
that's
kennel staff. I
major.
don't whelp my own litters or none of that. Yeah.
Right. So you got your whole kennel is ran on a system.
Yeah. When I
And
pull
would
up in
you
the morning, they already out playing. When I pull up in the morning, they already out playing in the little play yard, man.
major, major.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, did you always run your breeding like that, even when it bumped the Frenchies, when it was the Boys or the Cane Corsos? Was you always running it like
No,
that?
no, no. That's what I'm saying. The Frenchies like it was just a different level, man. It's just
Where you see the future of the Frenchie gang going? Do you see it slowing down at all any in the future, or you think this thing will just keep taking off?
it's gonna keep. I think it's gonna keep taking off. You think about it. 2 years ago, somebody said a certain price for a dog. You like, oh my god, they paid that much. Now that's the norm. I'm not saying everybody's getting that, but that's the norm.
Right. Yeah. It did used to be a sticker shock
Yeah,
when
now
somebody was
that's the
saying,
norm. Yeah, you ask
yeah,
somebody for a dog, they shoot you a price, it's not even nothing to get excited. Like, oh shit, you know, it ain't. That's the norm now.
Right. Definitely. Well, man, I appreciate you taking time out of your day, man. I know you busy, man. You say you got 4 breedings about to come through. I
But yeah,
appreciate, like I said, I appreciate you hopping on the platform. And man, hope to see you face to face one day, man, and really chop it up with you
oh man,
about
we
these
definitely
dogs,
gonna
man.
meet up. And I appreciate you having me, man.
You already know, man. Hey, salute. Have a good day, bro.
No doubt, no doubt. All
Peace.
right.